For our United Way Spotlight of the Week, I'm joined by Justine Marchand from Girls Inc. First of all, Justine, I just want to say I am so glad you people are out there doing what you do, because it is such a different world out there for young women. And you look after the education component of Girls Inc. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Absolutely. Well, thank you for having me. We're really excited to get the invite. So the Girls Ed department at Girls Inc., like you said, we cover kind of the education component of things. So I oversee all of our programs for school-aged girls, so grades 1 to 12. And we are providing programs that are focused in three basic categories. So strong, which is our physical kind of healthy living component, smart, which is our educated component, and then bold, which is like our life skills and independence component.
This is so important. You know, things have changed, and I'd like to talk about what the expectations are today. I got married when I was 19. And that wasn't considered all that young at the time. I had a lot of friends who got married when they were 16 and 17, so it wasn't even all that young at the time. And a university education was considered a little bit frivolous, that what's the point? You'll just get married and have children and stay home, and that'll just be wasted. So that was the thinking, but that's changed so much. So the expectations now, it isn't that you're going to stay home, be a housewife, and have a husband who looks after you. Now, what are you telling young women?
Great point that you made about how expectations have changed. I think at Girls Inc., our number one goal is to help girls realize that they can make any choice they want. So we're not saying don't stay home, don't have a partner, don't have kids. We're saying, who are you? What do you want to do with your life? Where does your passion lie? If you want a partner and kids and the house and all of that, that's wonderful. And we are going to make you, or at least help to make you the strongest, smartest, and boldest, adult woman that you can be to make that choice. If that's not for you, what else can we show you? So we're doing things like STEM activities, so science, technology, engineering, and math activities, to try and introduce those things to girls. Getting them involved in science, getting them excited about being on sports teams and stuff like that. So I think as far as expectations go, our approach is that the expectation is whoever you want to be, we're going to help you be that to the best you can.
In the 70s and 80s, and this was during the women's movement during that time, and I was very much involved in that in various groups. And we used to say you can have it all. But what it led to were some very exhausted people trying to have it all. What do you tell them today that what is a realistic expectation and what's not so realistic anymore?
Well, we find working with kids, especially the younger kids, so elementary school age, grades 1 to 8, sometimes you do encounter girls who want to have it all. And we certainly don't want to discourage from that. We want them to dream big and go in all of the directions that they see fit, but always helping girls to learn to take a step back, maybe pick one path at a time, focus on sort of mastering one skill and then moving on to the next if they want to kind of add on layers and skills and take new paths and try new things. So I think that's a very big concept, having it all, for sure, like you mentioned. And so if we can help girls to just focus their attention in the directions that really make them feel good and feel strong and feel smart and feel powerful, hopefully we can help them along their way that way.
The girls that come to you, and this is all voluntary, they hear about it, they show up on your doorstep and say, I think I'd like to be a part of this. Is this how this is? So are they ones who come from, economically disadvantaged backgrounds, or are they more affluent, or is it a real cross-section?
It's an absolute cross-section. So absolutely, one of our goals is to serve girls specifically who are economically disadvantaged. just because we all know that people from economically disadvantaged neighborhoods or families face more barriers in accessing kind of opportunities. So that's absolutely one of our focuses, and we have certain programs that focus specifically on reaching those girls. However, as we all know, economic status does not always determine your experience in life. And we firmly believe that all girls, regardless of their background, need strong and supportive guidance to make sure that they have all the tools they need to make all of the right choices. So a cross section, like you said.
Okay, now I read through your website, and wow, the statistics that girls going into it have a certain percentage, body consciousness,
That's right.
bullying, it went on and on. Tell me about some of the success, though, because those statistics are really impressive, that girls that come out of Girls Inc. are, wow, yeah, tell me about that.
Yeah, thanks for bringing that up. So Girls Inc. National has implemented an incredible annual survey that all of the Girls Inc. affiliates, of which we're one, can put out to the girls that we serve every year to collect exactly those statistics. So we're able to look at the statistics for girls in Canada, and then we're able to survey the girls that we serve here on the ground and see if we're making a difference. And the fact is, from those numbers and from the surveys that we implement each year, we are seeing that Girls Inc. girls feel more supported. They feel like they have more choices in life. They like their bodies or are more comfortable with their bodies. They have less issues with self-image, less issues with confidence. We're seeing all of that come from girls who we're working with. And so that's a really strong driver for us to keep us going in the direction that we're moving in.
If there was a young woman out there who maybe has never heard of Girls Inc. and maybe, not sure if it's for them, what one tip would you give them and say, work on this, this will serve you well?
Oh, what tip would I give them? If they weren't sure they wanted to join a program, find something that you do want to connect with then. Find some sturdy and dependable adult that obviously cares for you and for the outcomes that you want to find in life, and connect with that person. If not us, and we can even help. I mean, I would even help someone connect in that case with another, caring adult outside the home is how we refer to it. But I think that connecting with adults who can mentor a young person is so important.
It is.
For the guidance that they need.
Absolutely. And if there is someone out there who wants to be a mentor, how can they get a hold of you?
So our website gives a couple different ways to get a hold of a couple different people at the agency. I'm listed on there, and we have a lot of people who are interested in volunteering with us, in working with the groups that we're running. And that's always an option. We are always looking for women who want to volunteer with girls and help contribute to the work that we're doing. And the girls love it. They absolutely love volunteers coming in and learning about them and getting to know them, getting to share themselves. So they can absolutely reach out to us.
And finally, I understand the United Way has had a big part in your success. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Of course. The United Way of KFL&A has been just an incredible supporter of the Girls Ed program for years, supporting all of our sort of usual in-person programming for years. And then since the pandemic has started, really throwing their support behind us, providing us with what we need to be able to continue to serve girls during the pandemic in new and creative ways. Obviously, we've had to shift to a virtual program delivery model, like a lot of other service agencies. And additionally, we've been able to use United Way support to start a new program that allows us to visit girls at their home outside, distance masked, but one-on-one, during the pandemic to assess their needs and really make sure that we can provide intentional programming to make sure that they get over whatever it is they're struggling with during this, this strange time.
Thank you so much for being with us. This is, I've learned a lot, and I really do appreciate your taking the time to talk to us today. Thanks, Justine.
Thank you so much. It was really nice to chat with you. Take care.